Hello Motu fans, it is I, Motu Joe, and I have a unique item that was given to me, actually sent to me to try to repair. Brian Oatman has, as we know, has a ton of different stuff, but he has something that's pretty rare, pretty elusive, electronic, and we're going to take a look at it because not many people have seen these. They're very, very basic, but yeah, let's spin this around, and I actually had to do the camera facing this way. It won't let you flip when you pre-record, so bear with me on this. I'm going to do my best I can with one hand and still try to show you what we got. So I'm going to flip this around right now. That was kind of dizzying. There is our He-Man toothbrush, which we got working earlier, but that's not what we're here to show you. That's what we're here to show you. That's right, this is the rare, elusive Masters of the Universe Viewmaster Theater, and when it was sent to me, it was not working, but now it works. I got it working. So let's take a look-see inside, so that way we can get an idea, and those fans that like to see this type of stuff can get an idea what's going on. Inside here is the directional beam. It's the green thing you see right there. And I got my wire hooked in there. See that little lip right there? The wire just got hooked under it, so when you take this off, I'll point to it here just a second. The wires can get stuck right in this little gap when you go to take it out, so be careful. This wire had pulled free, which was nothing major. Inside here we've got our toggle switch connections. The light doesn't really matter, positive, negative, it just needs to get flow. And again, I apologize, the light's not great, but you can see a little bit of the green still. I went against these as best I could with my Dremel to knock off as much as that, but obviously it's conducting. That wasn't the biggest issue. I had to replace a screw because this one here was missing, but this plate holds this in place. This is the Viewmaster function piece. Shoots the light through there. This part here is a pre-assembled piece. There's nothing that I had to do. This just slides in and out. It is locked in place underneath this plate. There are little brown tabs that help keep this solid into this. The front is pretty basic. This little tab here goes on the up side, which will fit in that groove like so to give it the regulator. It also will pull in and out depending on how far away you are from what you're trying to see. That little metal piece is just to keep tension on this and keep pressure on it. Like I said, very, very, very basic mechanics or electronics in this. However, that wasn't the biggest challenge. The biggest challenge was this terminal right here was snapped clean in half at the bottom. So what it did is it made a U shape at the bottom, and right here where my thumb meets my finger, right at the U, it snapped and clean. So I had two separate pieces. So it's not easy to do this and show you with one hand, but I did make a little cardboard just to show you what I did. So this piece here would be the equivalent of the battery terminal. And what I did with the copper is I rolled a little lip on it, just like you see here. And I hammered it and got a nice little lip, and this is the part that would go flat up against the housing like this, and it wraps around the top piece like this inside there, which again you can't see right now because the black plate is covering it. You can barely make it out. If you see behind the little tabs there, you can see the brass, or the copper, sorry. So what I did is I took this piece of brass, of copper, and the other piece of copper, and I folded it the other way, basically creating a lock mechanism. So when I say a lock mechanism, what I did is I slid this, get a better angle, sorry, one hand guys, I slid that into the channel of the brass like so. Again, this is very rough just so you get an idea what I did. And then I soldered the living snot out of it inside there. Again, this would be brass. So inside of here, I soldered down in the crack, backside as well, and then I flipped it over, did the same thing. Ultimately, this bad boy is good to go. The amount of corrosion from the battery explosion inside is probably, that might be the most, if not the second most I've ever seen. But all that holds this whole thing together, and this is crazy too, only 2 screws. They're big long guys, but those 2 guys hold this little bad boy together. This little piece here goes into the back there to cover up the light bulb axis in case you needed to do so. And just like that, she's working. I don't have the lens in there right now, but I mean, she's bright. That's 4D batteries right there, folks. And that is your Viewmaster theater. And again, you don't know that this is He-Man because of the blue nature of it. The box is what says it's He-Man. So there you go. Enjoy.